Welcome to the Federal. An important meeting happened today at the AIADMK headquarters. Now, almost all the secretaries and the ministers were invited to this meeting. On the face of it, this is the first formal meeting after the parliamentary elections, where they would have normally been expected to take stock of the performance. To discuss this further, we have with us Mr. K.C. Palaniswamy, a senior leader of the AIADMK. Welcome, sir. So what do you make of this meeting that just happened today?
Actually, a lot of things should have happened today. The purpose of the meeting is to discuss, first to take stock of the situation about the party. Second, why we lost so much vote bank. Winning the number of constituencies is different, but a huge erosion in the vote bank is there. Then about the party structure, whether a single leadership under as a general secretary should be there, should be brought back, or the existing dual leadership should continue. These were highly expected from the cadre and from the public, but unfortunately all of them assembled by 10:45 and left by 12 o'clock, and only about 4 people addressed, and without asking the others to speak, or without giving an opportunity for others to share their experience in the field, in the election and all that. Mr. EPS, Mr. OPS, Mr. K.P. Munusamy and Mr. Vaidilingam, all 4 has spoken, and the only announcement is 2 things in major. That 11-member committee, a resolution which was passed in 2017 September 12th General Council meeting. So they decided to implement. So it took almost more than 2 years for them to come to a conclusion or a thought process to implement it. That's one. Then second thing, boycott the medias and all that.
What do you think is the reason why they have issued this gag order?
See, maybe they are not responding properly to the queries, or a lot of misleading informations are flowing. But rather than they should have told the MLAs not to speak. Here the problem has not arisen out of the spokespersons. Probably except with me. I only confronted with them on the ideology. But this time the issue was raised mainly because who would be the central, who will get the cabinet berth within the party, whether Mr. O. Pannirselvam's son or Mr. Vaidilingam or anybody else. That is where the initial problem has started. Then Mr. Rajan Chellappa has jumped in it on the single leadership issue. But none of those issues has been discussed.
So, sir, do you see this dual leadership, has it outlived its purpose, or has it always been a farce?
No, the amendment what they carried out, as originally created by late the founder Mr. MGR or Madam Jayalalitha, they have no right to change, because one of the rule within the bylaw what created by its founder was the General Council doesn't have any power to deal with the position of General Secretary, which means even to alter they don't have the power, which they have violated. And the Delhi High Court Division Bench on the 2-leaf case, they have observed the right to elect their leader was, that right was given it to the primary members of the party. So you have to compare it like in America, the primary election. So like they conduct the primary election, that is basically within the party they choose a candidate. That's the first process. So like that, the leader of the party, who is going to be the chief minister of the state, has to be elected by the primary members of the party. This was the thought process created by late MGR, because he was thrown out of DMK by the General Council. So he thought General Council is not the right forum to decide about the major policy issues. That's the reason he created this. But these people, on somebody's advice, they have amended the bylaw, giving all the powers to the General Council, and also nominating the General Council powers is with them. So which means they will appoint a couple of General Council members, and they will elect these people as the coordinator or a joint coordinator. So this is not a democratic setup what they have amended that.
So do you think it will alter the character of the party if this sort of dual leadership continues?
No, not only the character, that has taken away the fundamental right of every primary member. That has taken away the right of the primary member, the structure, the basic structure of the party, all that has been altered. Just because they get some sort of a support from Government of India or with BJP, they are able to carry this on. Otherwise, they can't sustain with this.
So this dual leadership is actually the sketch of the central government and the BJP.
Yeah, it's their structure.
So
Mr. Gurumurthy, frankly saying, Mr. Gurumurthy is the architect of this structure.
But now post the by-elections, do you think our Chief Minister, Mr. Edappadi, has gained confidence and...
No, it's not that. See, the ADMK vote bank is 44%, the percentage of votes in the last election. And what they have got in this election is only 18%. Yeah. So, a huge erosion of vote bank is there.
So, is that, what is the reason for that? Is it because of the...
The AIDMK party has lost its own originality. It looked like a branch or a subsidiary of BJP.
So that is definitely one.
Yeah, even today one of the resolution was to thank the BJP party and the Prime Minister for giving an opportunity to second the Prime Minister. Look, this party leader contested for the Prime Ministership in 2014. Yeah. And these people are successor of that person, and today brought down the level of the party, thanking the Prime Minister for giving a wonderful opportunity to second among couple of others. That's not a pride. You have to keep in mind that you are a separate party which was the third largest party in the country in 2014.
So there is definitely a decline of strength from 2014 we can see. So also it's a known...
Not only the strength, the stature of the party has come down. They pull down the image of the party.
Is the dual leadership one of the reasons, or what do you think it would have been different if there was a single person at the helm?
Yeah, but certainly the single leadership would strengthen the party, but Mr. O. Pannirselvam has lost this opportunity during the merger in 2017. He should have stuck on. I will not join in the government. You be the Chief Minister, I be the party chief. You come to the party office and meet me. Yeah. So that is where he failed. At that point of time, he had a huge cadre support and the public support. So he missed the bus there. And yes, and today Mr. Edappadi Palaniswamy has improved his position within the party. Now it's next to impossible for Mr. Pannirselvam to outthrow Mr. Palaniswamy.
How do you think Mr. Edappadi Palaniswamy has built his strength? Because we know that both these leaders are from two dominant social groups. Do you think it's a political reality or a compulsion for these two people to stay together?
It's a political compulsion. Only the power keep them united, that's all. Tomorrow if the government is not there, then the blame game will be there. And today it's the power which unites them. And Edappadi Palaniswamy, as far as he is concerned, the party is restricted with 123 people who are nothing but the MLAs. So keeping them happy would take care of him for next 2 years.